The best camera phones have come a long way, and they get better every year. Improvements in sensors, lens arrays, and AI-powered enhancements now offer a huge amount of versatility, not only for photography, but for video too. So much so that even professional photographers and videographers can now sometimes use the best camera phones for some of their work. There's no one answer to the question of which is the best camera phone overall. Apple and Samsung have been battling it out in recent years with their respective flagship cameras on the iPhone Pro and Galaxy S Ultra. But there are plenty of other players making very good camera phones too. Hello guys, welcome to the Smart Tech. In this video, I will tell you about the top 7 best camera phones in 2022 to 2023. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Now let's get started. 7. Oppo Find X5 Pro. The camera on the Oppo Find X5 Pro is both one of its strong suits and one of its weak suits, as it depends on which lens you're using. The main 50 megapixels f1.7 snapper is superb, as is the 50 megapixels f2.2 ultra-wide one. Both cameras are capable of taking bright, detailed, colorful pictures, but switch to the 13 megapixels f2.4 telephoto camera and things go downhill, with its 2x optical zoom being dwarfed by most rivals. Still, if you're not overly interested in zoom shots, then the Oppo Find X5 Pro comes highly recommended for photo fiends, and it's helped out by its Silicon X neural processing chip, and by the company's collaboration with camera brand Hasselblad. This collaboration brings tweaks to Pro Photography mode and also a dedicated Expand mode that recreates the experience of using Hasselblad's cult classic camera. You can also record video with excellent stabilization at 1080p, or without that perk at 4K. And there's a capable 32 megapixels selfie camera on the front. Overall, this isn't quite the most comprehensive or versatile camera setup you'll find on a phone, but for most photo types and even for video, the Oppo Find X5 Pro does an exceptional job. If Oppo wants to compete with Samsung or Apple in those top spots though, it'll need a better zoom solution in the future. 6. Huawei P50 Pro. While Huawei's phones can be a mixed bag for general consumers, as camera phones they're terrific, and the P50 Pro continues this. The main cameras on this phone are great, with the 50 megapixels wide snapper joining forces with the 40 megapixels black and white one to capture wonderful shots. That's whether you're close or far from the subject, in well-light conditions or snapping at night, and relying on the AI optimization or not. There's also the high-res zoom camera and useful ultra-wide snapper to ensure you can take a range of different pictures at ease. Video recording goes up to 4K and 60 FPS, a combination of resolution and frame rate that we don't always see in phones, and you can also shoot 4K video on some of the other lenses, other than the main one too. As a camera phone, this is great. Photographers will love it. As an everyday mobile, you might be faced by the lack of apps, due to Google's Play Store not being available. And that might pose a problem for people who like their photo editing apps, though lots of options, including social media platforms, can be sideloaded. 5. Google Pixel 6 Pro. Google has a habit of delivering excellent photography experiences on its phones, and the Google Pixel 6 Pro is no exception. In fact, its hardware and software have both seen huge upgrades from the Pixel 5, so much so that you should just forget its older phones if you're a photo fan. The phone has a 50 megapixels f1.9 main sensor with 1.2 micrometer pixels, and in our tests we found it capable of taking excellent photos with good detail and colors that were true to life. That's joined by a 12 megapixels f2.2 ultra-wide camera with a 114-degree field of view and a 48 megapixels f3.5 telephoto snapper which offers 4x optical zoom, both of which performed well in our tests, if not quite as well as the Samsung above. But the Pixel 6 Pro also benefits from software that you won't see on rival handsets, such as a magic eraser that can remove unwanted aspects from photos, motion mode for long exposure shots, and real tone, which more accurately captures the skin tones of people of color. Using these modes, you can take incredible pictures. Google's reliance on software has paid off big time. 4. iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max. Our favorite older camera on a phone remains the iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max. Both have the same cameras, and their key difference is the phone screen size, so we bundled them into one. The iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max are stunning camera phones, each packing a 12 megapixels f1.5 main sensor with big 1.9 micrometer pixels, a 12 megapixels f1.8 ultra-wide, and a 12 megapixels f2.8 telephoto with 3x optical zoom. While they don't have the lens numbers or optical zoom length of some phones on this list, their performance is sublime. And while they lack a dedicated macro lens, they're still competent at taking close-up photos. Low light performance particularly impressed us in our tests, and that's something that iPhones are known for. But whatever type of shot you're aiming for, the iPhone 13 Pro or Pro Max should be able to do it justice. Apple's Smart Eye Optimization is also out in force here, with the company's Deep Fusion used to tweak your pictures to make them as wonderful as possible. The new photographic styles feature and cinematic mode both impress too, though we suspect they might not be massively used by most buyers. But with an improved portrait mode, the return of ProRAW, and a great point-and-shoot experience, the iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max are photography beasts. Time will tell if they can be tamed by the next generation of Apple iPhone. 3. iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max. Apple's iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max both use the same cameras, so we've lumped them together on this list. The main difference between them is the screen size. Both phones have a 48 megapixels main camera joined by a 12 megapixels ultra-wide and 12 megapixels telephoto, which supports up to 3x zoom. There's also a front camera with a resolution of, you guessed it, 12 megapixels. Apple's cameras shine in their AI processing, which can tweak images to make the most of them, as well as the dynamic range they offer. They're also great for video recording with a few fun modes like focus pulling to help you record cinematic shots. We've also found low-light photography reliably great on iPhones, with the large sensors second to none for nighttime shots. If Apple loses points, it's that 3x zoom just doesn't cut the mustard compared to some of the competition. 2. Google Pixel 7 Pro. The Google Pixel 7 Pro takes amazing photos with ease, night and day, but it also takes the photo experience further than ever before. It actually made our photos from older phones look better. For now, that's something you can only do with a Tensor T2-enabled phone like the Pixel 7 Pro. In fact, there are quite a few things the Pixel 7 Pro can do that none of its competitors even attempt. The Pixel 7 Pro listens better, literally. It recognizes speech more accurately, making Google Assistant more useful. It doesn't just make photos better, it makes them more clear and more inclusive, using real-tone technology to enhance skin tones. It will soon make phone calls sound better. We wish that the battery life were more impressive, and the macro focus mode wasn't as magical as many other Google Photos features. The phone delivers on some amazing promises, even if it can't keep them all. 1. Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra remains the reigning best camera phone because of its incredible versatility. It packs so many lenses and features into the camera that there is no photo it can't shoot. Other phones may produce slightly better images in some situations, but the Galaxy S22 Ultra can handle every situation well, from close-ups to night photos to ultra-zoom distances. This phone offers a vast array of lenses. These include two 10 megapixels telephoto lenses. One is f2.4 with a 36-degree field of view, FOV, and the other is f4.9 with an 11-degree FOV. There's also a 12 megapixels ultra-wide with a 120-degree FOV, and then there's the 108 megapixels main wide camera, f1.8, with an 85-degree FOV. It's not just the lenses that help here though, with the software helping out massively. Samsung has improved on optical image stabilization. digital image stabilization, and image processing. You'll notice this particularly when zooming in. There are 3x and 10x zoom lenses with real optical zoom, giving you more clarity at distance than the competition. Samsung has also pulled off a remarkable feat with its digital zoom enhancement. Normally we laugh at digital zoom features, but the space zoom on the Galaxy S22 Ultra is no joke. You can take real photos with less pixelation that are great for sharing. I recommend watching the following videos, but first, please subscribe to the channel for more interesting content every week. Let us know your favorite camera phones in the comment section.